Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is currently 8:30 in the morning. It's your boy Juan Gotti here um, with yet another Washington Commanders video. But before we get into today's video, I wanted to come on here with a announcement that I have to make. It's going to be a new segment that I'll be having on the channel that I'll be starting up next week. And it's going to be called TOTM, which stands for Top of the Morning. And that's going to be the name of the show, with me being the host. And it's going to be a morning show that I do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Just basically talking about sports, talking about the Washington Commanders, talking about the NFL, talking about anything sports related Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I just want to be your coffee, you know what I'm saying? The morning show that you listen to on your way to work or whatever you're going to be doing in the top of the morning, whether it's exercise and whatever. I want to be that show for you. That will be airing next Monday. But I wanted to start the promotion for it today. I will make a separate video on it once I get the artwork done for it and all of that and get everything sorted out for that. But again, I will be starting a new show on the channel, new segment called TOTM, Top of the Morning with Juan Gotti. That is a morning show, again, a morning sports show that we're going to talk Commanders, we're going to talk NFL, and anything sports related. TOTM. Hope to see you guys over there, and it will be starting at approximately 9 a.m. 8:30ish is when I'll get everything set up. But let me know what time works best for you guys. Still haven't sorted out the time yet, still haven't confirmed the time yet. But I'm leaning more towards 8 a.m., 9 a.m. But what time do you think you'll be able to tune in more during the morning for TOTM?
You are now watching Juan Gotti Talking Sports.
Alrighty, now getting into today's video, I want to talk about the Taylor Heinicke disrespect that needs to be stopped by Washington Commanders fans. As you guys know, I love Taylor Heinicke. I love him as a person. I love him as a fun quarterback to watch. Do I think he's the long-term answer? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But he's definitely a guy that's the best quarterback for the now. He's a guy that isn't the most talented quarterback, but he goes out there and wins games. He goes out there and plays with excitement. He goes out there and plays with moxie. Makes a mistake, comes back, and he actually delivers. Unlike in years past where we had quarterbacks that either continue to make a mistake or sell the game, or have the opposite. They play well for 3 quarters, but in crunch time, they don't want to show up. You know what I'm saying? This guy is the best quarterback we've had since Kirk Cousins. Point blank, period. He's the best quarterback we've had since Kirk Cousins. And the disrespect by Washington Commanders fans is crazy, because I understand some of you guys, most of you guys, don't want to like Taylor Heinicke. They don't want to see him succeed because they don't want Taylor Heinicke to be the future quarterback. Me personally, I don't think he's the future quarterback, but let's just say he goes out and finishes the season and he takes us to the playoffs. I don't see no reason why you don't roll with him again next year. Do you draft the guy if you're in a position to, or trade up to, or late rounder? Do you take a chance on late rounder, or do you keep Sam Howell because he could possibly be the future and you can groom him behind Taylor Heinicke? Possibly, but if Taylor Heinicke again takes you on a playoff run, I don't see a way you can move on from him. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you should stop getting reinforcements for the future, because I'm not sure if Taylor Heinicke is the future or not. I don't think so. At least from their perspective, that being the coaching staff's perspective. But Commanders fans need to stop disrespecting this man. I mean, all on Twitter, and I'm not really much of a Twitter user, but every time I get on there and I see something about Taylor Heinicke, it's always negative. I mean, you got Commanders fans saying you need to stop giving Taylor Heinicke credit for that play to Terry McLaurin. It was all Terry McLaurin for going up there and making a catch. And I'm not going to bash anybody for defending McLaurin, but the fact that you're saying Taylor Heinicke had nothing to do with that play is outrageous. I mean, we've had Taylor Heinicke for multiple years now, and as you've seen from Taylor Heinicke, unlike any other quarterback that we've had since Terry McLaurin's been here, is he's going to give Terry McLaurin a chance. I don't care if it's a YOLO ball. I don't care if it's a play written up for Terry McLaurin and he's wide open until Heinicke hit him. Taylor Heinicke's going to give him the ball, and that's one thing that I like, okay? That's one thing that I absolutely love. I mean, he has that mindset that effort. Terry's down there somewhere, and that's the mindset that you should have when you have a number one receiver like Terry McLaurin, okay? So I don't want fans bashing him for taking a chance on Terry McLaurin, because if that's Carson Wentz either going to take a sack or probably not even look Terry McLaurin's way or probably going to overshoot him, okay? But in those positions, Taylor Heinicke clearly says, Terry's our best receiver, and I'm going to give him the ball. I'm going to give him a shot, and that's how you should live. Okay, y'all want to talk about Taylor Heinicke has nothing to do with that play, but it's all Terry McLaurin. But how about the plays on that drive that Taylor Heinicke converted? That fourth down was huge. He found Curtis Samuel extending the play. He found Cam Sims, to extend the drive. Taylor Heinicke was huge down the stretch of that game, and then he found Terry McLaurin, gave Terry McLaurin a chance. But that's what you do when you have a receiver like Terry McLaurin. So you can't knock Taylor Heinicke for doing that, because if he didn't do that, y'all would be screaming the whole opposite, that he's terrible. Why isn't he targeting Terry McLaurin? But when he does it, y'all don't want to give him his credit. If we had Carson Wentz in this game, we lose. I genuinely believe that. One, because the play calling would have been 10 times worse, and he wouldn't have had no mobility. We lose that game versus the Packers last week, where Taylor Heinicke had a solid game. He had a rough first quarter, but then he came back in the second quarter, from second to the end of the game, played out of his mind. Taylor Heinicke was amazing. We have Carson Wentz in that game last week versus the Packers. Again, we lose that because he wasn't able to evade the pass rush that the Packers brought. Yes, they brought a lot of pressure, but it was able to be negated by Taylor Heinicke's ability to extend plays. This guy has it, okay? Now, again, I don't think he's the long-term answer. We're going to enjoy the moment, you know what I'm saying? But if Taylor Heinicke takes you on a wild card run or somehow magically gets back into this division race, it's going to be hard to move on from this guy in the offseason as the starter. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll be around as a backup, but as a starter, it's going to be hard to move on from him if he continues to win games, okay? Again, I don't think it stops you from going out there and getting a young guy just because you're not sure if Taylor Heinicke is going to be the future or not. But in the moment, he's that guy. He's the best person on this roster as of right now. And I came to that conclusion last week once I seen him play. Like, I was floating with the idea of saying that, prior to the Bears game, but I'm like, I still want to give Carson Wentz a shot. I still want to see Carson Wentz play. I still want to hope that he works out, because I wanted Carson Wentz to work out. I wanted him to be the guy here, man. I really, really did. But you can clearly see that he doesn't possess the same athletic tools that he once did in 2017, and 2018, and 2019. You can clearly see the playbook. It doesn't fit him. You can clearly see they don't trust him, okay? Scott Turner is a horrible offensive coordinator, and Taylor Heinicke and even Carson Wentz has to go out there and make plays work by themselves. I mean, again, Carson Wentz, not pooping on the guy, because I wanted him to work so bad. But if Carson Wentz was put in this same predicament, I don't think these outcomes would be the same, okay? The Scott Turner's play call was absolute horrid last week, or yesterday, or no, Sunday rather. Sorry about that. But Taylor Heinicke made it work. That's why I'm telling you guys, man, when you look at it, if it's Carson Wentz, if it's Taylor Heinicke, whoever, or even Sam Howell, Washington still should be a playoff team. Why? Because this team is too talented to be in the position that they are currently in. Yeah, 4-4 is cool. We're back to 500, but this team definitely should be way better than that record-wise. But the coaching is holding us back. This isn't years past where may God rest his soul, but we have Dwayne Haskins throwing to Dontrell Inman, throwing to Steven Sims Jr., throwing to Kelvin Harmon. You know what I'm saying? Throwing to who was the guy that he threw the touchdown to? I want to say it was the Giants game or the Lions game. Hale Higgins. This isn't Hale Higgins. the guy that I thought was going to be a good tight end for Washington. Where is he now? This isn't that. This team has talent. This team has one of the best rosters in football. Okay? And we're sitting at 4-4 because of coaching. Jack Del Rio turning his side of the ball around. But Ron Rivera and Scott Turner still exist. You asked I said Ron Rivera because once he's the head coach, he's the guy that brought all of these guys in. And also, he doesn't have the best performances. His clock management is awful. Okay? His awareness, like Scott Turner's, is awful. Scott Turner, horrible play caller. I mean, the guy, I just don't get it. It's consistency with him. I don't get why he goes away from what's working. I mean, last week, he had himself a solid game. Everyone wants to say he had this amazing game. He had a solid game, okay? He had one of his better games, I'll give him that. But why doesn't he build off of that? Why doesn't he continue to do the same thing? Why does he go back to being trash as a play caller? Scott Turner is horrible. We should have easily had at least 26 points in this game versus this past game versus the Colts, okay? But due to the simple fact that Scott Turner is inept at play calling and doesn't know what he's doing, Washington was only able to muster 17 points. And at the end of the day, it was good enough to win the game, and it was enough points to hold off the Colts. But that's not sustainable winning in the NFL this day and age. Okay, you got a Minnesota team that you're about to face. You're gonna have to put at least 28 points up on them to win. Because that offense is good. That offense is solid. You know what I'm saying? That offense is good. Kirk Cousins is playing well. Obviously, Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in football. Clips by, or should I say, supporting cast by Adam Thielen. KJ Osborne, Dalvin Cook in the backfield, sprinkling a little bit James Madison. They got some guys, Irv Smith Jr. So that team is gonna be tough to beat, and we're not gonna beat the 6-1 Minnesota Vikings putting up 17 points. I don't think 23 points would be enough. 12 is definitely not going to be enough, okay? So this offense of coordinator Scott Turner, he needs to be fired. I'm done with him. I'm done giving him the benefit of the doubt here. I'm through with him. I want to fire him now, but I know they're not going to do that. So at the end of the season, I hope he's gone, okay? Because he is bad. He is bad. He's holding this team back from being what it can truly be on the offensive side of the ball. And shout out to my man Jairus, okay? Jairus made a video that I didn't even see. I didn't see this, okay? But this is the value, and this is what's great about this community, is that you'll see some stuff that you don't personally see, that you don't make a video on, that other people made a video on. Jairus made a video. Go subscribe to Jairus, by the way, if you haven't already. He made a video basically showing that Scott Turner admitted to Terry McLaurin being frustrated for not getting the ball and saying he's a prideful guy. What are you talking about? First of all. Second of all, you just admitted to the world that Terry McLaurin's frustrated more than ever than this year and showing more emotion because he's not getting the ball. So why don't you give him the ball? Terry McLaurin has the ability to be a top 5, top 3 receiver in the NFL, but he doesn't get the ball, so he barely gets a chance to show it. Why don't you call it? Why don't you draw up plays for Terry McLaurin? I mean, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson, just to name a few. Those guys never go out the game without having at least 12 targeted their way. Okay? If Terry McLaurin had 12 balls targeted to him a game, and whether he caught them or not, which I'm pretty sure he would catch a majority of them, whether he caught them or not, I will be satisfied because you're drawing up plays to target Terry McLaurin. But it's like you don't even do that. You don't use Terry McLaurin for what he's good for. You use Terry McLaurin as if he's just a regular Joe Smo, and that's not the case. Terry McLaurin is one of the best receivers in football. He's the best player we've had on this team in years. But you don't use him like that. Come on, Scott Turner. What are you doing? Okay? You wait until we're down 2 possessions to finally get your head out your, to finally open up the playbook and finally call plays that make sense. Why do you do that every game? You wait until we're down to finally open up the playbook. Do that from the beginning. Do that when we have a chance to put our foot on their necks and kill the team when we're up. Come on, it's not rocket science. And these players, or not players, sorry, it's actually not the players. The players are playing well with this BS. It's the coaching, okay? It's not rocket science. These coaches make it harder than what they have to be. And it's crazy that the fans see that, but these coaches that get paid millions of dollars and that's been around this game for 20 plus years, that's been around this game all their life, like a Scott Turner, because his dad, Norv Turner, was around this game, around the Washington Commanders, be more specifically back in the day. And you play and coach like this. You coach like this. It's horrible. It's horrible, but I went on a rant about Scott Turner where this video was about the Commanders fans disrespecting Taylor Heinicke, but it all ties into the same thing. Commanders fans, you need to stop disrespecting Taylor Heinicke. Whether you want to like him or not, whether you think he is the franchise quarterback or not, you got to admit that this guy is the most fun and the best quarterback that we've had since Kirk Cousins, okay? Taylor Heinicke makes a mistake, he's going to come back and he's going to bring you down for a game-winning, game-tying touchdown. That's how I felt 2 days ago. When he threw that pick, okay, to Shaquille Leonard, I'm like, y'all know what's going to happen now. Taylor Heinicke's going to drive you back down to get some points. And on that drive, he got a field goal. Wish we had a touchdown, but got a field goal there. Then the next defense got to stop, and then he drove you down for a game-winning touchdown. Okay, this guy has it. He has the it factor. Okay, he's him. Now, what I want to see from Taylor Heinicke is consistency. Okay, can Taylor Heinicke perform better than what he did, versus the Colts and help Washington continue this win streak? Huh? Can we make it 4? Can we make it 5? Can we make it 6? Can we make it 7 with Taylor Heinicke? That should be wait and seen, but we'll take it game by game. But Commanders fans, please stop the hate and disrespect for Taylor Heinicke and enjoy the moment and ride with 4. So, yeah, man, there you have it. As always, it's been your boy Juan Gotti. I wanted to come on here again to talk about that and to promote my new segment and my new show that I will be launching on the channel next Wednesday called TOTM with Juan Gotti. It's top of the morning with Juan Gotti. That is a morning show that I'll be hosting, a morning sports show that will be featuring Commanders talk, NFL talk, and sports talk. I want to be your coffee on your way to work in the morning, or if you're exercising or whatever activities you're going to be doing early in the morning. I want to be, the thing you listen to, the thing that gets you going in the morning. That will be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I'm still sorting out the time and getting the artwork done. What time would you guys prefer more, 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., as it will be a live stream. It will be a live show, okay? It's not going to be a pre-recorded video. It's going to be a live show, like a radio show, like a radio morning show, okay? It's going to be something like that. I'll be starting next Wednesday, so please let me know what you guys think about that. Please let me know what time best fits you and best suits you and get the most people listening. As always, it's been boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Helps Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I'm out. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you pop, get you poppin', get you driving.